Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha Aguirre and this is Avery on TV. Go follow her. Today we are talking about our experience on Ellen and how we got on the show and all the behind the scenes that you probably want to know about. So let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Bye. So basically, I got the tickets by applying on ellentickets.com. They basically have this calendar where they'll show all the open availabilities. They film Monday through Thursday and they don't film on Friday. So Thursday is the only day I had off, so I applied specifically for Thursday. And Thursday they tape for Friday. I just clicked on the link and then I filled out my name, my address, my email. You have to send in a little picture of yourself, your age range. You send it over and then within 2 weeks they should get back to you. And if they don't, then you need to apply the next 2 weeks. And like I did this for a year, every 2 weeks, and I never heard back until a month ago. I got an email from the Ellen DeGeneres show saying, we have standby tickets, please secure your names and then send it over as soon as you can. And it's so important that you send over your names as soon as you can. So as soon as you get that email, make sure to put all of the parties' names that you want. You can have up to 4 standby tickets. And just make sure with everybody that they're free on that day and then send it over. That way you can secure your standby seats if you get standby. If you get guaranteed, then well, you're lucky. For standby, you have to be there very early. So we got there at 7:30.
Yeah.
So we were the third group in line. I feel like we almost barely made the cut. Like
no, we did.
Yeah, it was insane.
The whole thing was scary. The whole thing was scary because you don't know. If you have standby,
yeah,
you don't know if you're gonna get it or not. And some people even, it's a little bit going forward into the story, but some people even, like if someone would go to the bathroom in the middle of it, for that segment until they go to commercial break, they bring in another person waiting in standby line and have them fill their seat temporarily.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We were up to the 12th. Our last person was the 12th person in line, and there were a few people behind us that got in too. So
basically, we barely made the cut, and we got there extremely early. So if you are a standby ticket holder and you really want to get in very early, because then you have to be in the riffraff room, which is basically their like convenience store. And they have all of their merch and like Ellen underwear, which I got, and an Ellen t-shirt.
Oh my god. Then you get guaranteed. I don't know if you always do, but they said that you would get tickets if you don't get in.
Yeah, so either way, even if you get stuck in the riffraff room, which is what they call their convenience store, you still do get guaranteed tickets. It's just going to be at a later date, and I don't know if it's like a set date or if you get to choose a date. And now we're going to talk about our experience. So when we got there, basically waited till 9 to get checked in, and unfortunately not all of our party was there.
They held our other tickets for the other 2 people in the party so that we would stay. They would still be like the 11th and 12th person to get in.
Yeah, and like normally they would take a picture of all of us, but since we weren't there, we had to wait and then they took a picture of us. And I've read on blogs that it's very important how you look in the picture because they do some selection process off of that. I don't know how accurate that is or if they just go based off of like meeting you in person, but we know that people do get selected during that process.
Those people who they picked and pulled aside, I don't know if it was from the pictures, but apparently they were like in the room like scouts and they were like talking to people and choosing people from, I don't know if it was just guaranteed or standby, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were choosing a group of people that would sit behind the VIPs, like the first couple rows.
Oh yeah.
And then they were in the next one. So I would say just be vocal, be like, you know, enthusiastic, and hopefully somebody will come talk to you and maybe pull you aside.
And dress brightly colored, because I remember the dancer over there or whatever, they were wearing a bright yellow shirt. Ellen literally said like, I can see you from a mile away. So like, dress bright.
The other guy who got picked for the second episode's dancer of the day, because they did like half of another episode, he was wearing like this really cool like African culture like shirt. It looked really cool and like you would see him. He was really tall. Like he had this really bright colored shirt on, and like so if you have something like that, I would say.
100%. So like dress unique, but dress just to you. Yeah, exactly. I recommend white
Oh, yeah, you can see yourself.
So you can see yourself on screen.
I think it was around, what was it, like 1 or 1:30 that we started moving?
I want to say 1:30.
Yeah, it was around 1:30 when they started moving everybody and getting us towards the studio. We had to walk across the street to get to the studio.
The line was basically set up in a parking garage, and there's a whole like section designated to just the audience members. Both guaranteed and standby are all in one area, and VIP. They're all sectioned off. And then on the other side is obviously just more parking spaces because it's a parking garage. So yeah, there was that, and then they had like food on the corner so you could eat. They had security because you had to go through security, and they stamped you with like this invisible ink tag.
Yeah. I wonder if it's still there.
I know.
Once we started going around 1 or 1:30, we went across the street to the actual studio. We went through this hallway that had like all these pictures on the sides of like Ellen with her past guests, celebrity guests and stuff. And then we went into the riffraff room. So after we shopped and stuff, we went into the actual studio.
If you guys have ever been into any sort of studio, then you might be familiar with flats. There's a lot of flats around the area. So everything was held up by wires, and you get to see all of the mechanics of everything once you look up, and a bunch of lights lighting up the stage and whatnot. But it doesn't look like that, and it doesn't feel like that. But if you just look at the space itself, it's like a very welcoming, spacious environment. But the weird thing is, it is not nearly as big as it seems on TV. Like, it's so much smaller and so much more confined than it actually looks on television. So that was like a really big shock for me. Because of their camera angles, they make it just seem so much bigger than it actually is. So you're actually in a lot closer proximity to everything than it may perceive.
Yeah, they really worked with what they got.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think there were probably like 300 audience members.
Yeah.
Around that. I think, I don't know. Like I said before, the front is VIP, the people that got picked, and all around are the guaranteed people, and the standby people are just kind of filling in the spots that weren't there.
Yeah.
We got stuck in this like little area that's like, it's not in the blue seats that you see on the show, it's like right next to the DJ like little area.
Yeah, where Twitch is.
It's good because you're really close. But it's also weird because you're on the side and you're not gonna get any like TV time.
Yeah,
that's what
you're not gonna be on camera. If you want to be on camera and you're a guaranteed ticket holder, I would definitely try if you can at all. It's gonna be hard because basically people tell you where to sit, and there's reserved seats and whatnot. Try to be on the right side, right audience's side, Ellen's left side.
Not the very far side to the wall, if possible, because that's kind of where the crane camera doing the like overshot is.
Yeah.
So if you could be like in one of those aisles that's kind of near the right side.
Yeah. And yeah, especially those like the 2 middle aisles, ideal. They get so much camera time, and that's where they choose most of their dancers of the day.
It was good and bad for the performance because Offset and Travis Scott performed, and we were like very, very close to that. But oh my god, but that spot came through for a second because when Ellen went to go greet Offset and Travis, she was right next to
like
us.
Literally right, like we
I
couldn't breathe.
Like fucking breathe, and she would have felt it on her
It would have
neck.
been a force. She's very interactive with the guests, which I really appreciated. And at the end, she does thank everybody for being there. And it did seem very genuine and very kind. And all of the workers there were super kind. Like, I really wasn't expecting them to be that kind.
Yeah.
Like, I expected them to be like polite and cordial, but they were actually genuinely kind.
They were like, they looked like they were having a good time. They were excited for us to have a good time.
Yeah.
And it was very genuine.
Yeah, and she really does live up to her expectation of being a kind person.
Yeah.
And I think that's like,
And her crew.
yes, yeah. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I was worried that would let me down, and it definitely didn't. It exceeded my expectations, actually.
One thing that I was surprised about is that they don't really like they don't do takes. Like, I expected her to like mess up and them to like redo that.
Oh yeah.
But that just didn't happen.
Oh no, she's
like it was
a
just
pro, man.
all on there.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I was like, oh shit, she's just going.
Yeah. And for our particular show, we had Ben Stiller, Offset, and Travis Scott. and then Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper, yeah.
Yeah, and his daughter.
And his daughter, Alice. Also, if you want to know which episodes we were on that one, and we were on like the
April 1st episode.
Yeah, the first half of the April 1st episode.
Yeah. Try to get in the front row if you can. So like just, again, like we said, like wear brightly colored clothes, be very outgoing, talk to everyone because you don't know who's actually searching.
Yeah.
Because they look like they're dressed like normal people. Yeah. They don't wear Ellen merch, they just go.
They don't have like anything that indicates that they're working.
For Ellen, yeah. So just make sure to like, it's a great show overall and it's just a really good experience and I recommend anyone to go if they can and just keep applying. Some people apply for years and years and years. Always just keep trying, always keep applying, be vigilant, check daily because they don't post when they're available and so I had to check every day.
Try to get Thursday probably.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when a lot of the good guests are.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's it. And Monday. Monday's good too.
Monday too.
Yeah, good on Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. Please subscribe to me and please subscribe to Aguirre on TV to get more content. We mostly post about college and we vlog a lot. I go to USC, she goes to UC Davis, so yeah.
I'm vlogging I vlogged the Ellen show, so if you want to see that.
Yeah, if you want to go see the Ellen show vlog, so all of the real behind the scenes, then go to Aguirre's channel and check that out. But yeah, I will see you guys all next Sunday with another video. Bye.
Bye. Hey. Ooh.